Hi there, and welcome to the Dawn Show. Dawn Stensland-Menti here. You know, autism and Asperger's syndrome are back in the headlines again because, as you probably heard, Susan Boyle, Britain's Got Talent contestant, who came to international attention when she appeared on the TV program, has just announced that she has been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. But can autism be cured? I'll ask that question to my guest, Dr. Robert Melillo, who is author of the book Autism: The Scientific Truth About Preventing, Diagnosing, Treating Autism Spectrum Disorders, and what parents can do now, and the host, of course, of the Dr. Rob Show, seen here on WMCN TV. Dr. Rob, welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, as you know, this is a topic in my family because we have Karamia, my beautiful niece, right, who was diagnosed with autism many years ago. And so many families and many people are impacted. And there's Karamia at the recent Autism Walk, actually, with my son, Michael. And so we love Karamia. When she was born, they told Mike and Jeannie, she'll never say I love you. And so now, say, I love you, Karamia, I love you, you know. So you know this journey. I mean, you treat patients like this, and you know how much it touches people's hearts.
Absolutely. It's what I've devoted my life to, really. And we are, in the first chapter of the book there, I discuss how we are facing the largest childhood epidemic possibly in our history. There's a lot of controversy over whether the numbers going from 1 in 10,000 3 decades ago to now 1 in 50 children have autism. Those are huge numbers, and a lot of people automatically say, well, we're just recognizing it and diagnosing it more. And I show in the book there, and I really spent a year researching this, speaking to some of the top researchers in the world, that that's not the case. That at least 50% of that increase is represented by new cases that never existed before. So this is significant. We're seeing an increase that is dramatic. And it's not just autism, it's really ADHD even more so. ADHD is the leading childhood disorder in the world of any kind. Number one reason why a child will be medicated. 1 out of 9 children, 11% of the population in the United States, 1 out of 7 children will have some learning disability. So basically what we're looking at is 1 in 4 children this year will be diagnosed with some sort of developmental disability. And this is the issue.
Well, you know, Dr. Rob, one of the things I love about what you're doing is that you take away some of the mystery with autism, Asperger's, with ADHD, attention deficit, because there is all these titles. What do they mean? They really, when it comes down to it, don't they just mean a certain type of brain injury?
There's something wrong with the brain. In fact, it's not a brain injury, but it's a developmental issue in the brain, and so you bring up a very important point. And yes, you're right, that is one of the main things that I do in my books, and whenever I go out and speak to audiences, is to always try to start with the question, you know, what is actually happening in the brain of a child with ADHD or autism or dyslexia? And I ask that to, you know, the top audiences. I lecture all over the country, and I lecture to many different groups, physicians, therapists, PhDs, and I always ask that question, and no one can answer it. Most of the people that are working with these disorders have no idea what's actually happening, and that's been my area of research. I'm not only a clinician for 30 years, but I'm also a researcher. I've published many different research papers, and we just published actually in the top journal in autism on what is actually happening in the brain. And that's what's really critical, because there is this developmental imbalance where certain areas of the brain are immature relative to other areas, and this forms a communication breakdown so that areas in the brain aren't really talking to one another the way that they're supposed to. And this is called a functional disconnection, and this is the primary problem.
Well, and what I hear you saying, and this was why I wanted to show Karamia, because in other words, when she was born, her parents said, we're sorry, but she has autism. It's almost like saying the boogeyman. It's this big title, and what the heck is that?
Very scary.
And so they then said, well, wait a minute, and they looked to people like you to say, well, you know what? We're going to work on this, and that's what I love about what you do, is that you provide answers and solutions and therapies for kids and give parents and families a lot of hope.
Right. Yeah, and I think that that's probably the main message that we want to give is hope, because once you understand what's happening in the brain and you understand that there isn't any true damage, there's not really genetic mutations the majority of the time. So you look at it and say, well, why can't we get them better? And there's been a lot of research, great research came out of the University of Connecticut over the past year showing that in a segment of the population at least, we know that 30% of even children with severe autism can be completely normalized. So the idea that these problems can't be corrected is wrong. We showed a paper this year in another major journal called the Frontiers Journal looking at our program at Brain Balance, which is basically similar to what we do, what I talk about in Disconnected Kids, but more sophisticated, where we had children with ADHD, and it was a control study, and basically what it showed was 81% of those children no longer had ADHD after 12 weeks in our program.
And this was without all the medications
Without
that can
medication, right. I mean, we're learning centers. Brain Balance are learning centers. We're not healthcare facilities. We're not doing treatment, because there's another way to look at these as educational problems.
And you know what? I want to stop there. I want to talk about Brain Balance and really get into what that is.
Yes.
And why it's providing answers and so much hope and real solutions for families and kids. More with Dr. Rob when we come right back.